Morning, Matt. You're going to Thornbury. Morning, Mr. P. Oh, is he broke something again?
Oh, he's trying to fix the post.
Have you broke it? Oh, I don't like the look of that.
I think that spring bit's gone, Mark.
I think that's knackered. These want some grease on them anyway, don't you? Thornbury today. It is an older couple. So, and I have said that you guys might knock on the door to say you're there, but you won't be going in. So if you need the loo or anything, try and avoid going in. Have you got any wipes? Or
we've got soap in there.
Right. There's that
soap and
hand sanitizer in that door pocket as well.
Okay. So just be wary of that. If you need to go in or do anything like that, just do due diligence and stuff. So
I think that's the bit that's gone.
What, the tube?
In there, see that little, that's supposed to go up and down with that.
Is it? That looks quite...
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need this thing?
No.
Well, okay.
Today you are cutting down 15 Leylandii that are very, very brown.
All right.
And very, very unsightly. I reckon there was a 50% chance they would have survived and come back.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to take that risk. He just wants them out. So it's 15 Leylandii come out, and then 15 we're putting Western Red Cedar back in. All right. So
there we go.
right. Yeah, I think that's just dirty, innit? Don't you forget to put that back together, mind.
Yeah.
Get a pole floor apart. I know he's quite good at taking it apart. The problem is, I come in here and I find bits of poles all over the place and go, which bit goes with which?
What's this bit for? That's our pole somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the bit what come off. So theoretically, if that stays on there, once that don't come, I think that might be.
As long as that bit didn't come out.
If that stays on there, because that bit should.
That's the drive, isn't it?
That goes with that basically. So there's another bit in there somewhere, isn't there? Another rod. Where's that? Where's that it? That's all, isn't it? Hang on.
I don't know, I'm just looking at 600 quid in bits on top of the chipper. Okay, right, well I got to go and check my stock. So so they're expecting you, he's going to have the car off the drive. If you want the loo or anything, use ours before you go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Was it just transit?
Actually, because it's grinding the stumps out. So and there's going to be at least 2 loads of stuff.
Yeah.
So you could take transit and donkey, chipper and stump grinder. As I remember, the big stump grinder go in there. Yeah. I know we've got the small one back again now, but
Throttle don't work on it yet.
Hey?
The throttle doesn't work on it yet, does it?
You can use the hand throttle, can't you, on the engine?
Yeah.
So the old thumb throttle was always a pain in the ass anyway. So
leave it flat out.
yeah, it was just a case of leaning over the handlebar and using the hand throttle on the top of the engine. So I'm not saying you can't put a cable one back on there, but it's just
Oh wait, where's it go?
yeah. Right, remember where you pull the bits. Do you reckon that's going to get... Eh? Do you know what? He'd come in with a nervous twitch now. If he hadn't got his pikey pole blinking while working, it'd be... Right, okay. So, no offence to people who use those things a lot, but we do call it... I know pikey is an offensive word to some people, and I apologise, but it's just something that's always been called. And let's put it this way, a lot of folks who claim to be tree people use those things for pruning anything and everything. I can see lambs. So, and it's kind of, it's not the right tool for the job. Right, there's one. Got wet in there again last night, didn't it? One lamb, one lamb. You only got the one? Is there another one hiding here somewhere? There's the cleansings. They can go out. I'll sort them out in a minute. What's that there? No, that's... Nope. Nope. Looks to be just one. But he's fat. And yeah. And it's a... Come here, little boy. More rubber rings. Right, let's have a look in here. What are you reprobates been up to? Have you... Oh, look, you drunk all your milk. Right, I'll have those bottles out. Nope, this... I'll have them out of there. You can act... You got your head stuck in there, you daft creature. Come on. Let's have you out for a minute. Because your mum would like to speak to you. There she is. No, I'm not mummy. Right. So they can go to the house and be refreshed. I'll sort you out in a minute. Run away. No. Right. I'll have to get... He's going to be following me, isn't he? She is going to be a right royal pain in the arse. Never stick a wet hand in a bag of lamb milk, because you'll come out with a white hand. So Mr. Raven is down there flying around again. In Scotland, you can apply for a licence, but if you've got a problem with ravens, you can actually apply for a licence to get rid of them. I don't think we can do that in England. I don't think we can apply to Natural England for a licence to shoot them. So this is going to be an issue. I know I have one or two neighbours that are a bit less concerned about laws and stuff like that compared to the safety of the lamb, stuff like that. So without sounding bad or naughty, I'm kind of hoping Mr. Raven pays a visit to some of my neighbours, because if he goes there, he won't come back. I know one neighbour, I shan't mention any names, he lost I think it was about 4 or 5 lambs in one day, that he had to actually destroy the lambs, because when he went out to the field to fight, to pick them up in the morning, or to find these in the morning, they already had tongues and eyes gone. You know, and this is ewes that were actually out lambing. They've been outside. Some of the lambs were born, some hadn't been born yet, or sort of out, and the eyes and tongue were already gone. And it is, I mean, it's horrible. I mean, the lamb cannot survive blind with no tongue, can't suck. So it is doomed to starve and die a horrible death. So, and just so we can keep a large black bird. Some of you are not going to agree with this. Some of you are going to say, well, the bird's got every right, it was here first, and blah blah blah. Yep, you know what, there is arguments on both sides, and always when it comes to an argument and stuff like this, I'm quite happy to listen to both sides. But most folks just go on, you know, what they read and what people say. So if we have a raven goes into our barn and attacks one of my lambs, I'll put a warning up, but I'll show you what he does. Okay, just so the wild justice people are out. I mean, they got on this soapbox about saving the birds, and we shouldn't shoot this and we shouldn't do that, and the pest control, and you know, the birds have got every right, and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure half of them, most of them, have never seen a lamb with his eyes, tongue and navel pulled out. So, and not just one lamb. They won't just go and take one, because they want the liver. That's what they go in for the navel for. They want the liver. We can't put up with that sort of stuff. You can't, and no farmer's going to stand by and tolerate watching his lambs being torn to shreds by a big black bird and do nothing about it, because the law says you must put up with it. No one's going to put up with that. So although I'm not going to do anything naughty, I really hope one of my neighbours does. Right, go feed some babies. Right, well that's the bottles put in. Literally all I'm doing now is putting the bottles in and leaving it to it. 2 lambs have got on it, they've sussed it. I'll put number 1, hers back in there because he was climbing over. And hopefully he'll be on in a minute as well. So, but now I'm just going to walk away and leave them to it. So, and I got to deal with you, little chap. You know what? He's actually a little monster. I bet that made her eyes water pushing that out. The size of him. There's my hand. Hello, mum. Hello, mum. Look at the size of him. He's a monster. And I'd say you look all right for milk. I'm not going to. I mean, he's obviously full. He's obviously had a belly full of milk. So don't lick that. It's iodine. Nasty. Okay, so part of the plan today is what I talked about last night. Now the 6 IR cattle are gone, I might talk again. I did say yesterday I might talk about the slaughter report on that. I might go through that again. I would just like to make sure that there was no lesions before I actually discuss. I don't think there was nothing mentioned in the slaughter report about lesions or TB. So as far as I'm aware right now, they were all TB clear. So, which turns out that they didn't have to go, but until they're dead, you don't know, and it wasn't worth the risk as far as my neighbours were concerned. So yeah, so today we're going to clean this out, I think, right out, scrape it out, then I'm going to FAM 30 it, so I'll basically in there with a watering can and give it a jolly good disinfecting, leave it for a day then to dry. I'll leave it a whole day to dry, and then we'll be using this gate then to take ewes and lambs through that side and separate them from these. So what we're trying to do is, there's starting to get a build-up of muck in here now, and where ewes have lambed, there will be various fluids and solids in here that over a period of time can collect and build up bugs. So if I can reduce that by taking everything that's been done and putting it that side, it just you know, lowers my bug burden. So we've got 2 empty bottles, and I reckon number 1 still hasn't got it sussed. Excuse me, number 1. Lambie, come on, Lambie, come on. There it is. Look, look. Come on, it's there. Look, come on, it's there. I'm helping, honestly. There it is. There it is. There. No, there. There. He's on. She's on. And she's off again. Really? Come on. Get a grip. Okay, so one of the number 3 lambs has still got an inturned eyelid. So I'll just show you one of the old farmer tricks for hopefully a quick cure for inturned eyelids. Doesn't always work. I mean, it didn't work last time, but hopefully this time so. Again, this is something that'll make some of you ooh, but it is a moment of discomfort again for a lamb for a lifetime of eyesight, so it's worth it. Right, so I'll show you the problem. You can usually spot it because obviously the eyes are watering, but if you look at that eye, his lower eyelid is actually tucked in, so his lash is touching the eyeball. Oh, be quiet! So what I need to do is to fold that eyelash back out again and make it stay out. Why are you following me now? Okay, so we've got an eyelid that's turned in. Even that one's a little bit. We need to have this eyelid out. See, he's watering a tad. So, how am I going to show you this? Basically, I need to peel that eyelid back out again. So he's out. Now I need this eyelid to stay like that because it wants to fall back. So you can either, you can actually just put a little injection in the eye and basically swell it up. That's what we need to do. We need to make the eyelid swell a little bit so it doesn't fold back in. So injections one way, but needles next to. Will you shut up? I know it's our baby. Needles next to eyeballs, a little bit twitchy. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pinch him. So we're actually going to create a bruise. So under the eyelid, when he's out, give it a squeeze. Okay, and the idea is that we create a little bit of a bruise on the bottom eyelid, which swells it up a little bit, and that swelling should stop it from peeling back in. But you can see from the eye, you're starting to get a bit clayed at the bottom. This is the second time he's been done it, so I'll do the same this side. So eyelid is just turned in a little bit. Turn the eyelid out, grab it, pinch it. Okay, that's popped back out again. And that's it. So now both eyelids are out properly. And with any luck, for the sake of a little pinch, with any luck, that will save his eyesight. Save her eyesight. So interned eyelids are not uncommon. As far as I'm aware, it's a genetic thing, so it can come from the ram, or it might actually be in my use. Anybody else? Here's the newbie's eyes looking. See, I ain't too sure if he has got it as well. He's got interned eyelids, so we'll have to do him as well. So bear with me. Big lamb. So if you can see that, his bottom eyelid is actually tucked in, so his lash is actually rubbing against his eyeball. So pinch. That's out. Come on, Piglet. And pinch. Does that come out? Okay, so that's out. Come here. That one wants to go back in again. Pinch. I will probably have to do this a couple of times. Don't fall off the edge. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's much better than blind. I might actually have to inject. Right, back to engine, mate. There you go. Joys of sheep. Always something to go wrong. But yeah, inturned eyelids. If you're thinking of keeping sheep, it will be something that you must watch out for. If you're lucky, you won't get it. We've been unlucky. I got a funny feeling it came in with the genetics of the flock when we first bought the sheep. Where we started this little flock for Abbi, we went with a little Welsh breed called Clins. Not Cluns, so not the forest clun, but Clins. So it's double L Y-E-N, I think is the name. So a little white face. It's called, let's get in the shade. They're called, or nicknamed, the ladies' sheep because they're a smaller breed. And we chose these because Abbi's not very big, as you can see. So we chose a smaller breed of sheep simply to make handling them easier for Abbi. I mean, since buying them, she's learnt techniques to tip stuff now. She can tip bigger sheep, but you know, a big old mule or something, she is, well, I'll struggle with them sometimes. She will struggle with a big old mule ewe. So that is why we have Clins, but a lot of these lambs are Clin cross Charolais. And I think it was a Charolais ram. No, was it Charolais or Texel? I think it was a Texel ram that went on these. So these lambs are Clin cross Charolais or Clin Charolais cross Texel. So we're basically slowly breeding the sheep a little bit bigger. Right, that's that done. I'll go and let the birds out. So no waste bread for the poultry this week. Strangely enough, the bakers actually sold everything, which is good news for the bakers, because I'm sure the business is far more valuable to them than a bit of bread is to me. So I'm going to probably have to go and buy some poultry feed. So I've got to buy a bit, so that means I'm supporting the farmer next door by buying some stuff off of him. I know I bat on about buying local and supporting your local community, but it's times like this with what we got where actually the community and the local people matter. You know, your little businesses, lots of small businesses out there, very nervous, bosses wondering how they're going to pay the wages, customers wondering how they're going to pay their bills. It's all a bit of unknown, so I think it's a case of we've all got to try and be sensible. We're going to stand by our lads as absolutely as much as we can, because they rely on us as much as we rely on them. And we work outside, fortunately, so I think we're going to have less impact, or suffer less impact, than maybe electricians, plumbers, folks that come into your house. I think they're the ones that are going to take a hit initially. Where's the sun? So still got a loaf left from last week or two, but they're going to have to forage a bit for themselves, as long as the raven don't take it. So I'm going to feed him right in front of the house. He ain't quite so keen on coming that close. So yeah, so if you can support your little local businesses, you know, obviously take the precautions you need to, but do what you can. Come on, birdies, come on. It's breeding season, and those turkeys really are, they've just got one thing on their mind: fighting and the other thing. Come on. Right, well, I'm gonna have to drive them over here, because if I walk away, the sky's gonna fill with black things and black and white things, and they're gonna steal it all. Go on, you two. Go on. I know, I'm usually driving you away from the house, but go and have your breakfast. There you go. Right, breakfast. Oh, good idea. Well, that's a load of logs delivered as well, so another little old lady stocked up for the next month, just in case. Right then, tea time for me. Mrs. P's bringing the bin in, getting the post, and then she's going to put the kettle on. And this afternoon, muck it at the barn, so you can get the skids through me again. Mrs. P's just brought the post in. What have we got here? Somebody out there's already recognised the packet, knows who it's from. Oh, I know who this is from. Oh, I say. So these are some samples sent to us by one of our subscribers. Some of you... Eh?
Is it pants?
No, they're lovely. They're key rings.
No, as in, is it pants? Is it like
Is it-
pants?
Is it underpants?
Yeah.
Oh, ladies' underwear? No. No, I don't think I've had any fans send me ladies' underwear.
I'm sure you any.
So we've got some key rings samples sent in to us that, like I say, one of our subscribers has made for us and offered us that we could stick on our eBay if you guys are interested. So we have got the Holly Cupcake, the Abbi Sheep, the Samantha Owl, because she's a Harry Potter fan, the Biscuit Puppy, we've got a Millie Baby, what's that lot? So is that one of them? We've got a Farmer P TV. What else we got in here? Is that all of them? Oh, you've got a Piggy Farmer P TV. They're brilliant. So, anybody out there want a key ring? What can I do with these? So, obviously, I can get lots and lots of these made. So, what shall I do with these? Shall I just put them on the eBay and we can actually help out one of our subscribers with his little business because we can pass the money on for him. Obviously, make a shilling ourselves, but so do you reckon this would be a good addition to our eBay? You know, would you want to buy some key rings for Farmer P? Actually, they're really nice. They're really nice. I'm not going to mention any names, but thank you. I will. We'll see what the reaction comes from this, and maybe if we get positive feedback, I'll actually give the business who does this a plug as well. I like that. Brilliant. Right, okay, so that was just, I'll put that to one side. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. We'll look at them again a bit later on. And I'll go and muck at the barns. Well, it's the afternoon. Lunch is done. I've just had a quick look online and it appears that in the next 24 hours the channel's going to go over 20,000 subs, and for that I thank you all. Anyhow, back to work. I got one in here which I think was thinking about it an hour ago. We'll just check on her to see if she's moved on. Where is she? It doesn't look like it. No, not really. So we're going to start. I'm going to put the trailer on the tractor, and then we're going to muck out this shed next door. So this is the shed that our young cattle were in. It was only ever supposed to be a temporary measure. The temporary measure lasted a bit longer than anticipated, but they are now all in with the older steers and heifers, and all calmed down now. For those of you that watch or follow my Instagram, you might have seen a bit of running around this morning, but it's all calm in there again now. They're quite happy. We're going to muck that out so that ewes and lambs can go in that side of the barn. Just got to swap some kit around first. I think I better put trailer on. So I'll put all the trailer connections on in a minute, unlike what I did a week or so back when I did this. Loaded up, went up the road, tried to tip it, found I couldn't. That's because I hadn't connected it. So which meant low lights, no brakes, nothing. Very naughty. I'll leave the tractor running at 1000 RPM just to warm her up before the trip up the road. Brakes, lights, tipper. Sorted. Just make sure the back is tied up. He's locked. Right then, shall we? I might have got a little bit carried away with the first load. I got the screw bit back off the top, otherwise I'll never tip it. Oh, we're nice and warm. I reckon probably 3 trips to get most of that out. I've been cleaning it out fairly religiously, once a week, at the most once every 10 days, taking the worst of it out. So all I'm taking out now is like the last lot of bale that I threw at the top and the subfloor which I put in at the beginning, which when we first bed the cattle out, we put them on about 5-6 inches of wood chip, and that just gives them a decent bed to start with. Also takes a lot of the lad's back now, takes a lot of the moisture out of it. So right, that's that part of the job done then. Something a bit down there. Bit more wood chip for the heat. Right then, okay. Off the tip we go. I actually think we've got it all out. Good enough for me. Oh, I should do that again. You can go up here this time. I had a little face looking at me at the door, so I thought maybe maybe I better pick her up. Hey Biscuit, before she gets her nose right out of joint. So, okay, so second load, I'll probably do this in 3. There's no point trying to get it on 2 big loads because you end up spinning on the road. So if you can make it 3, might as well make it 3 half decent ones. Right, well, the tree guys are back from their job. We've had a lot of Laurel and other conifer come in from other contractors today, so I set them the task of chipping some of that up. We'll make it right to it. Oops. That's a pity. Oh well. Okay, so that's most of it. I can't make up my mind whether to take that out or leave it in there. Quite a lot of muck in there. Anything else going on in here? All quiet in there. We've got a quarter of a bottle left on one. Oh, bless you. Right. Decisions. Thing is, I could pull this out with the skid steer, but really and truly, it should be picked up from that side because that's where the forklift points are. I don't want to break it. I might just have to put some barriers around that and just keep the lambs out of there and just forget that bit. That'll probably be the easiest, and I'll take it out when we have a photo clean out. So a bit of a scratch up in the corners, get some of these last bits out. I got most of it, but bit of a tidy up, and then we can get in here and spray some disinfectant. As you can probably hear the racket in the background. That's what I could show you what the guys are doing. I got no hearing protection or eye protection, so I'm not hanging around there. I'll go back and do my own work. Well, that's it. That's 99.9% of it out. And apart from some of the little bits right under the edges and under the feeder I couldn't get to with the bucket, everything was done with that. So I literally spent 5 minutes on the fork. So I'm gonna let this dry now for a few hours, get some of the damp out of it, and then later on I'm gonna fan 30 it. It's gonna stink in here. Right, let's go and tip this lot. Hey? What do you want? You trying to tell me something? Hey? What is it you want to tell me? Hey? What is it you're trying to tell me? Is it something important? Hmm? What is it? Have you been fed? Is that what it is? Have you not had your food? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You want your dinner? Okay. Can I just tip this first? Would that be alright? Yeah? Okay. What? 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 No good asking Matthew, he ain't gonna feed you.